if they're worried like, oh, my kid isn't progressing this way. And I'm like, hey, I wasn't even good at that age. Like I probably would have looked at me and not expected me to be on the national team in like 6 years. So it's not about what you're doing when you're 10. It's about, if you want that sport and if you love it and keep training in it.
Welcome back to another episode of Airdrie Inside. I am your host, Chris Glass. We are back at Micro Acres. That's why it smells so good in here. I'm really excited about my guest here, Darby Beeson. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Now, Darby, you came to me highly recommended. So we get a lot of people telling me you have to have this person on the show, that person on the show, and they have various reasons for it. But not very often am I sitting with a potential Olympian. So I think that is extremely exciting. So welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. I'm super excited. It's my first podcast, so really excited.
We have been the first podcast for a lot of people here in Airdrie. So it's been excellent bringing new faces on.
Yeah, no, I am so excited afterwards to go watch the other podcasts as well. So I'm like, and mine.
Well, we had somebody who might be joining you, not at the Winter Olympics, but at the Summer Olympics. We had Sienna McDonald on.
Oh, okay.
And she just ended up winning a silver medal last week in a big international event. So hoping to bring you the same kind of luck that you're going to medal at your next event here. So
I hope so.
So tell me a bit about your journey as a speed skater.
So obviously when I was born with a clubfoot. So being born with a clubfoot, sports wasn't really kind of in the picture to begin with. So it was really strange because I had lots of doctors telling me, well, she might not walk, but my mom still kind of insisted sports. It was always sports. So I actually started off in roller skating.
Okay.
So I've been roller skating since I was about 4 years old, and that turned into roller derby.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. Do you have a badass roller derby name?
Roller derby.
Roller derby. I should have saw that one coming a mile away.
Yeah, it actually went perfect. Lots of people asked me if my mom named me that so my name could be that. No, it just so happened to be perfect.
So roller derby's fun. I was DJing for a long time, and you get thrown a lot of shows, and I like to say yes to new ones, and I've actually DJ'd a bunch of roller derby matches.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's awesome. It's exciting. But when somebody breaks an ankle, and we'll get to yours in a sec, wow, is that dramatic in that sport?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm very thankful. I never really injured myself in roller derby. I was a jammer, so I was kind of like all over the place. So.
Okay, so you go from roller derby. Well, let's back up here, though. You start from doctors telling your mom that you're not going to be able to walk, or that's a challenge. What was the process that went into learning how to walk and navigating that before we even get to sports?
Yeah, so when I was initially born, I had a brace. The brace kind of had like a metal thing in the middle, so it was kind of locked in place, and I basically just slept in that for a very long time, especially as a newborn. Lots of therapy. We tried just having casting to hold the foot in place. And initially that worked out. But when I was about 7 or 8, my foot relapsed. Okay. And that's when I had to have my surgery.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so as an 8-year-old, you had a major operation to rebuild your leg.
Yeah, I was actually excited about it. My parents were scared, but I was like, ooh, I get to have a surgery. I get to go under. Like, I was super excited. So it was a good experience for me.
And I think 8 years old is the right amount of time to have that kind of operation because it goes quick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I just remember waking up because that was my first time going under and I was like, whoa, that felt like a snap. That was so cool. And then as I'm coming off the medication, just like throwing up awful. And I was like, yeah, I don't like this.
So so when did you start roller derby? So you're 8 years old. You've got this brand new wheel, if you will.
Yeah.
And then what was the next step?
Yeah, so roller derby was when I was 4, and then I did that up until I was like 14.
Wow.
So that's when COVID hit. So I actually made junior team Canada for roller derby.
Okay.
But COVID obviously stopped me from being able to go to, I think it was in Saskatchewan was the World Cup to play. So I had to make a decision, speed skating or roller derby at that point, and pick speed skating.
Now, speed skating is a sport that Canadians excel at. What got you interested in speed skating?
So I did a lot of sports. So while I was also doing roller derby, I did inlining.
Okay.
So when this roller rink called Lloyd's was still open.
Lloyd's, hey man, I grew up at Lloyd's.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's nobody in their 40s who didn't spend time at Lloyd's Rollercade.
Yeah, so they had an inline team there that I raced for. So I got to go to Washington, Spokane, race lots of international competitions there. And when Lloyd's shut down, I was like, well, there's ice. So I went to my very first World Cup. That was in Calgary, where I watched speed skating for the first time. And I met speed skater Joey Mantina, who was also an inliner for the US. And I just remember watching everyone and being like, oh, I want to go so fast like that. Like, it just seems so much more fun than wheels. So I was like, yeah.
And how did the transition go? So you go from... Like, this is always the journey that gets me, because I pick up a new sport. It takes a little tail. I don't end up in the Olympics, right? How do you go from just starting something to being such a high performance athlete? That's a crazy journey to me.
Yeah, I guess I never really thought about it in that way. It was more just like when I was a kid, I feel like, or like even just a young teenager, I just feel like the thought process was never, oh, what sport's going to make me an Olympian? It was always, I knew I was going to excel in something, and I knew I was going to be great in something. So I was like, I just wanted to do what I loved. And in that moment, picking between roller derby and speed skating, I was like, I really want speed skating. So it's when I started probably putting in the most effort I had in this sport.
Okay. And when did you know that this was it? Like, this was what was clicking? Like, when was your first competition where you started to go, okay, this is something that I could really see success in?
Well, what's really funny is I wasn't good at all in the beginning. Like, all my friends were so much better than me. Like, I was always in the lower divisions, lower races, by no means getting any of these really good times. I mean, I made like a couple like big competitions, like Alberta Winter Games, Can West, but I was never by no means like a future star in the eyes of like really anyone in skating. So it was kind of like I was kind of an underdog, and I just kept training. And eventually, it was when I was 16, I decided I was in short track at this point still. So I decided I'm going to do the junior,
which is a crazy sport.
Yeah,
like it's so violent. I love it, but it's a lot of fun to watch. There's lots of crashes. It's crazy.
Which is funny because I was really scared about that. So I actually think I was like too cautious on short track. I was kind of like, I didn't take as many risks, which it's kind of the point of short track.
Yeah.
But anyways, I made it far enough. Like, I was in the oval program, and I decided I was going to do the long track junior worlds trials, and I made the team.
Oh, excellent.
And that's when I was like, oh, okay. Everything's working out. I think like this is my thing.
You found your lane.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. And then so long track speed skating, talk to me a little bit about the strategy behind it. Talk to me about the gamesmanship that goes on. It's not just about skating fast, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the strategy side for those who might not know much about the sport.
Yeah, so I really enjoy long track a lot more, especially because I train very hard, and I'm very, very hard on myself in like technique, programming. So short track's a lot of tactical thinking. You have to be smart in the race. You have to kind of play the race as it goes, where long track, you're just giving it your all. Yeah. Everything off of that line. And you're skating by yourself. So there's 2 lanes.
Yeah.
It's hard for someone who hasn't really watched it. If you want, look at the Olympics. It just happened.
I watch it all the time when the Olympics are on. I know nothing about it, but I'm all in, especially because Canada does so well, because you always want to see your country medal, right? So no,
Canada did especially very well this year. So that was super exciting to watch. Yeah. But there's the 2 lanes. So you get the whole lane to yourself, even if you're racing the other person. And I liked that because I didn't have to worry about what the other person was doing. Yeah. It was me, myself, and I on that line. It was everything I had. I didn't have to really, worry.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay. So what does the future look like now? Like, I think our next games is in 2030, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so walk me through the process of qualifying and what's the next step.
Yeah, so we call them quads. So we just finished our last quad. Usually every quad is when we like replace a couple things, staff, athletes. We're kind of like, we're forming what we think we need to succeed for the next 4 years. So this year I was placed on the national team again because they believe in 4 years I'm going to be on that team.
Excellent.
So that's why we have the program called NextGen. So that's what I'm on. So next generation.
Okay. Yeah. Aptly named.
Yeah. So basically these next 4 years are basically, they want to grow all these athletes. So by 2030, we have a new set of Olympic team. Because this quad, we had a lot of our really high leveled Olympians retire, or they only have like 1 or 2 more years. So they're really working on building the next team. Yeah.
Well, and you think about that, like some of the iconic speed skaters in Canadian histories, like Katrina Lemay and all of the big names. How does it feel to be stepping in those shoes?
It's even weird. Like when I first started training with like someone who I really looked up to, Even E. Blondin.
Yeah.
She I had looked up to her so much. Like I had went to World Cups in Calgary and gotten photos with her, and now I train beside her. It's really surreal to like look over and just have a conversation with like this like Olympian that you looked up to like your whole entire childhood. So
that's really cool. I couldn't imagine that. That's so neat. What advice do you have to athletes that are looking at sports like speed skating? What's the most important things they can do?
I think something I've also noticed, like especially I coach speed skating. Yeah. So I coach between ages 9 to 10 is just because you're not amazing and doing these insane things at a young age doesn't mean you're not going to be good. I tell parents this all the time. I'm like, if they're worried like, oh, my kid isn't progressing this way. And I'm like, hey, I wasn't even good at that age. Like I probably would have looked at me and not expected me to be on the national team in like 6 years. So it's not about what you're doing when you're 10. It's about, if you want that sport and if you love it and keep training in it.
Yeah, it's about committing to the craft at that point.
Yeah.
It's funny. I coach high school football, and over at George McDougall, I can't help but shout out the Mustangs on every podcast I'm on. But, you see a player come in grade 10 and, they're not getting it.
Yeah.
But they end up committing to learning the game and learning the craft. And by grade 12, they're captains of the team or somebody you'd consider an invaluable member that you couldn't live without. And that story has played itself over and over again. So that's excellent advice.
Yeah. I think a big part of it was especially during COVID, because I know some athletes that COVID hit really hard, and it was, I can't train. I can't do this. But that's actually when I started training the hardest. And when I realized I wanted skating the most, as I was like, really want this. I'm going to train super hard. I'm going to do the biking that I do every day. I bought a stationary bike, and that's probably when I saw the most improvement in my skating.
Right. And just doubling down. And now, one activity that I must say that I don't think you're very good at is climbing mountains. And going on hikes. So we had talked a little bit, for those, if the camera can't see it, we're in a cast here. So I want to talk a little bit about your left foot here.
Yeah. So if the right foot wasn't already struggling enough, I was hiking with my team, just the girls, and I brought my dog along, and he's well behaved, but No,
is it a big dog or a little dog?
It's an Irish setter.
Okay, so decent size.
He's like 90 pounds.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty big. And I wore the running harness so that he could have a little bit of leaning with the leash. And we're going down the hill, and he saw a squirrel, and you could hear the band just like break, like it literally snapped. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I just went right down the hill just with him, and I tried to turn to the side to stop, and I just crack.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And you said you fell about 100 meters. You rolled about 100 meters down.
Yeah, I felt so bad because my friend Izzy, who was with me, she we learned that everyone in my group has different reactions: flight, or stop. Sorry, I forget the saying. But Izzy was go. She like sprinted down the hill to try and grab the leash, and yeah, as soon as she grabbed it, like I was already on the ground. So
oh no.
yeah.
And so we're dealing with a broken ankle.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was hoping it wasn't broken. Like me and my mom were in the ER, and I was like, oh, it's just dislocated. They're gonna sedate me.
Like a dislocation's much better.
It would have been less recovery time.
Now, you're on the side of the mountain with a broken ankle, and you also told me another incredible story. How the heck did you get down the mountain?
Yeah, so my coach tried to piggyback me. She's a Olympian speed skater, but she retired in like 2018. So legs aren't as strong as they used to be. So she's like carrying me like, I think like a couple hundred meters. And she's like, okay, I don't think I can do this. So my teammate tries. She's like, yeah, no, I can't do this. So she asked her mom, who was also on the hike, to call the Rangers. Guy with an ATV comes up and he's like, okay, I'm going to strap you in. I'm going to teach you like, you know, like how to like hold on and everything. And I was like, yeah, but like I'm a little bit scared of like getting in the helicopter. He's like, oh, you're not getting in. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then I just see the helicopter come with this guy just like attached with like a string to the helicopter. And I was like, oh, that's where I'm going to be. That's nice.
So now you were planning a leisurely hike with your teammates and your dog, and now you're being dangled from a helicopter. What's going through your mind when this is going on?
I'm pretty, like, I'm not terribly scared of heights, but like, you know, there's that little bit of human in you that's like,
100%.
I don't want to be flying whatever 100 meters above. So when they strapped me in, it kind of gave me some comfort because the guy was also strapped in with me and he put his knees kind of like
I'm sorry, there's two of you dangling from the bottom of a helicopter.
So there's a guy initially like strapped in and he'll strap you into kind of like this like weird cast thing. Like it's all around your body. So you're kind of like a turtle almost. Yeah. And he'll like place you kind of like on his knees. So you're kind of like, feel kind of cradled. So it was kind of like comforting in a way.
Yes. Yeah, he's holding you while you're about to fall 500 feet to your demise. That's lovely.
Yeah. And the initial takeoff, the thing kind of swung a little bit to the side. So I was a little bit like, ooh. But then looking down, I was like, wow, that's actually really beautiful.
Would you do it again?
I think if my ankle wasn't broken, yes.
Okay, perfect. The helicopter ride was a success.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming up to 2030, what are some milestones that we're looking to reach? Where are you in the rankings right now? Where are you looking to be come 2030?
So there's different age groups. This was my first year aging out of the junior age group. So this year was kind of more focused on Olympics, World Cups maybe, but this year Canada's really took an initiative to progressing the Neo Seniors, which is my age group.
Yeah.
And so they're going to send us to Neo Senior World Cups this year, which 2 will be in Quebec and 1 will be in Italy.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
And you get to go to Italy. That's
hopefully. They kind of determine it after the first 2 Neo Senior World Cups in Quebec.
Okay.
And if I'm doing well enough, they'll be like, yeah, we'll send you to Italy.
Excellent. And then as you get closer to the Olympics, what are the big races that you're looking for? Like, do you have to be ranked a certain amount in Canada or? So I should say my distance is the mass start. So that's what I've been winning lots of at the Canada Cups. So throughout the year, there's like 2 or 3 Canada Cups, and there'll be Canadian Championships, which will be the qualifiers for the Senior World Cups during the year. I know it's a lot of mumble jumble. No, it's quite confusing, honestly. But so they'll send a group of team. We don't have full quota all the time. So per distance, they'll send about 1 or 2 athletes. Okay. Yeah. So those teams are looking like Isabel Weidman, Evany Blondin, Valerie, all those big names. Yeah. It's quite unfortunate that Valerie and Evany are our top mass start skaters, and I'm the best mass start skater behind them in Canada. So I don't get to go to the Senior World Cups yet. So that's why going to the Senior World Cups is going to be a huge opportunity for me. Right. Okay. And in your discipline, I guess is the best way to say it, or distance or race, worldwide, who are your biggest competitors? Who are you looking to catch? Like Valerie, Evany. The Canadians. Yeah. That's amazing. Oh, that's awesome. Excel so much in the mass start. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when I go up against them at Canada Cups, it's not like I'm just going up against
some mediocre mass start girls. Like they are like going to World Cups and winning.
Right.
So it's like,
so your practices are harder than
world class
most.
mass start skaters. Yeah.
That's really cool. One thing I wanted to touch on before we say goodbye is the financial aspect of this. How hard is it financially to compete at this level? And what do you look for when it comes to support?
So I'm really thankful. Canada covers all my training fees. That's a huge win on being on the national team. I don't really have to pay anything but travel. So when we go to Quebec, I do have to pay for those Canada Cups. But if I go international, so World Cups, it's all funded by Speed Skate Canada, which is really fortunate. And I do live at home, so I don't have to pay rent. But yeah, insurance, gas, food, things I all pay for. But we do get AAP funding from the government. So a lot of that's covered, which is nice.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
And speed skating has had such a strong tradition in Canada of excellence that it makes sense to be funded that level.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I was not living at home, I don't know what money would look like. But
so shout out mom.
Yeah, shout out mom and dad, because they're the reason I can keep skating the way I do and not have to spend loads of money.
All right, before we go, what do you want people to know about you? If you had to give one piece of Darcy, what would that be? Darby.
No, that's okay. I was like,
Darcy's somebody else.
No, that's okay. Probably, I mean, a huge thing is I'm a clubfoot ambassador for children. So any children with disabilities, whether that's mental or physical, you can do sports. You can pretty much, even if it isn't sports, you can excel in anything that you put your mind to. And I don't believe there's any barriers of anyone saying anything that can stop you from being successful.
Absolutely. And you are living, breathing proof of that.
Yeah.
Darby, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. This has been excellent. It's been inspirational. I am really looking forward to pointing on my TV in 4 years and going, I had her on my podcast and now she's waving the flag. So I really appreciate the time you spent with us.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Excellent. And heal up soon.
Yes.
And thank you for being with us here on Airdrie Inside. We're going to be back with more great guests coming up shortly.